So let's talk about some of these billionaires that are leaving.
Who's leaving?
I'm gonna tell you, Larry Page, Google, they're leaving.
Is he leaving for sure?
They just bought 2 houses next to each other, Miami home, $173.4 billion, $2 million, 2-bedroom
garage, shared garage.
Let me read both of these, and I'm coming to you, Tom. So by the way, that's the place that they picked up. These guys, it's a nice little 2-bedroom condo for $173 million. No, it's a joke, by the way. It's a joke, but they are leaving. So billionaire makes strategic moves out of California ahead of proposed wealth taxes. Now, this is something we talked to last week with Chamath and some of the other guys. But
what is a wealth tax?
As the clock ticks on California's billionaire facing a proposed wealth tax, some of America's top business leaders are making strategic moves to leave the Golden State. Larry Page appears to be distancing himself from California as a public filing reviewed by Fox News Digital from the California Secretary of State office shows several business entities linked to Page were moved out of the state in December ahead of Jan 1st, 2026 residency date tied to the proposed tax. I'm sure you're going to get into that, Tom. Oracle founder Larry Ellison has taken some steps that signal a potential pullback from California through details of a reported $45 million off-market sale of his San Francisco home have not been independently confirmed by major outlets. Tom, this 5% tax bill to billionaires starting January 1st, 2026, how much can you tell about it? What's the latest on this?
So let's first recap. If you haven't been paying, if you haven't heard the podcast recently, the origin of it is SEIU, which is one of the largest, bluest service employee unions in the world. Very big in California, very, very big in Nevada, where everybody that works for hotels is part of it. This is the group that is putting the billionaire tax on as a ballot initiative. Now, the politicians are supporting this because that way it's not on them. Oh, it's a ballot initiative being brought by voters. Voters just like you, workers. So point one, it's a ballot initiative being brought this way. Point two, that ballot initiative isn't going to be voted till later this year, but everybody is trying to get out now. Now, why are they getting out? Because they believe it's going to pass. Because, if no one knows anything about Proposition 13, which was a property tax initiative that goes back to the 70s.
78.
1978, thank you. That has regulated property tax for the older people that never sold their home so that their property taxes don't go up. So ballot initiatives in California have teeth. Larry Page and people are handicapping, Pat, the odds of this going down, and everybody believes that the ballot initiative is going to pass and pass big because California is so blue. They've got the union behind it. They need several 100,000 votes to get it finished on the ballot, and SEIU is going to help it done. And guess what Larry Page is doing? These people say, oh, they're not really moving. They're just buying homes in Florida, and they're going to live 189 days in Florida. Well, wait a minute. Larry Page, I don't care about his $173 million property purchase in Miami. A lot of people can do that, and they have second and third homes in Aspen and in the Montana and places. But he also moved Coop. Coop is his family office. Billions and billions of dollars. He has moved the registration for Coop, K-O-O-P, to Florida, along with his flying car initiative, and he has an influenza research company that he's moved. So this doesn't look like a guy just buying a house in Miami, Pat. Yeah. This is a guy who believes this ballot initiative is going to pass, and he has pulled up stakes, and he is moved.
Well, it's not legal. It's not constitutional. You can't tax. I just don't think that'll hold up. They tried to do that, a separate tax for people in Arizona making over $250,000 a year, and it did pass because who wouldn't vote for that if you're making under that? So the Democrats, of course, will push that through, and that was also funded $25 million by the teachers union. And it did pass, but it got kicked out at the Supreme Court level. So I just don't know. Somebody has to look up the Constitution, the state Constitution, and see if you could tax people separately or unevenly. So I just don't think that's. But I wouldn't put it past that it'll pass. But I just don't know if it would hold muster. But who would want to take the chance?
Well, thank you for bringing that up. The legal procedure would be that you could contest it, but it's called concurrence. In California, if it's a ballot initiative that is deemed to be constitutional by at least one judge, and this would be the Ninth Circus, and you know what that means, the Ninth Circuit, also known as the Ninth Circus, and they say, it appears to be constitutional to us, it would get implemented and they could start collecting the tax, and then everyone has to fight it, and if they win it and overthrow it, then the state can appeal it. Then you got to wait for the Supreme Court, and then you got to ask yourself a question. If it all comes down, what are the odds that California gives you your money back? So the billionaires are handicapping that and saying, my lawyer may tell me, well, you know, this doesn't have to happen. But Pat, if your lawyer said, you know, option one, Pat, you can move to Florida, or option two, you're probably going to win, but it could take 8 years. It'll be really bloody, and you're going to have to pay the tax on day one. You would look at it and go, wait a minute. Maybe I just move and then let this thing play out.
That makes sense.
Who the hell is going to risk that?
Yeah.
Okay, look at this. Will California Billionaire Tax Initiative pass? 49% is saying yes on Calshi.
Wow.
49%.
That's just today. Wait till the summer
And by the way,
when the political
Tom,
ads rev up.
Go to January 1st.
It went. Whoop,
It was at like 10%.
Nope. It started going up on the.
And then all of a
third,
sudden,
fourth, boom.
boom, it got up to
Yeah, it's
49%.
going. It's
So,
gonna go.
Adam, you were going to say something.
Yeah. If California doesn't want your billionaires, it will take them here in Florida. Come on down to Miami. You know, Mayor Francis Suarez put his name on the map. Shout out to him when Silicon Valley was asking what they could do. He says, how can I help? And now Miami is now the capital of capital. It's no secret that if you just trust, what's this word? Data. Societies that attract and keep billionaires grow, and societies that demonize billionaires will decline. What do billionaires bring to your society? Well, jobs, money, taxes, innovation, opportunity, long-term thinking. California, if you don't want your billionaires, we'll gladly take them here in the 305. By the way, shout out to the Miami Hurricanes. Going to be the national champions this year. Respect.
Vinny, his gear, faith over fear, tens of thousands of pieces sold out in a couple weeks. Tell us about faith over fear, Vinny.
Well, just letting everybody know, I appreciate everybody that's getting on board. I saw a guy at the airport that was wearing the faith over fear. I was at a diner and some guy patted me on the back and was like, hey, what is that all about? And he wanted to know what Hebrews 11 chapter 1 was, and we got into a really good conversation. And I know I always talk about faith over fear being like in the Bible with the centurion soldier whose kid was healed, where Jesus just said, go, because of your faith, it's going to be healed. And the woman that had the bleeding issue that pushed through the crowd, that just touched Jesus's hem of his clothing, and he was healed. So I want people to know that that's back in the biblical days. Faith over fear still applies today. It's, you know, it's with starting a business when the numbers scare you, speaking the truth when silence feels safer. Fear waits for comfort, and faith moves with conviction. You guys can go on there right now. We have a hat that's coming soon. I don't want to give it away, but you guys can go to, is it FLB?
VTmerch.com.
Oh, VT Merch. Go to VTmerch.com. Guys, we have hoodies, we have hats, rocket, and let people know where you stand.
I love it. Go to VTmerch.com, place your order, buy it for yourself, your friends, your peers.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.